October 2021, the world experienced a rather unusual day. Most of the popular social media sites in the world experienced a shutdown.
The BBC reporting that there is a global outage. Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, all affected, all owned by Facebook.
Major worldwide outage for Facebook here in the US and in countries all over the world.
Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp have been forced offline in a major global blackout.
Social media giant Facebook and its Instagram and WhatsApp services have been hit by widespread outages. I mean, Facebook says some users, but this looks like a global outage. How widespread is it?
During the 7-hour period that WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram were down, many users felt bored.
If this world doesn't have those 3 websites, this world would be boring. Just imagine a world without them.
And I was like, what? WhatsApp won't work again? Like, what will we do? It just felt boring. Like, what is life without WhatsApp? Facebook gone forever. How are we going to continue life without it?
But why is social media addictive? How can a shutdown of social media networks cause so much boredom in the lives of people? These are questions I will be answering in this video, as well as providing you with possible ways by which you can overcome social media addiction. To begin with, let us first understand what social media is. According to Oxford Languages, social media are websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or participate in social networking. Therefore, if social media are websites or applications, then in my opinion, there must be a host, manager, or owner of the said social media websites or applications. My position is hinged on the basic rules of the internet that makes it mandatory for web-based platforms to pay in order to keep their domain names alive. But if the owners have to pay to keep their platforms alive, why then is social media free? How are they able to pay their workers if they are providing services to the general public for free? If you have ever asked these questions, then you are not alone. Social media is free because you are the product. If you are not paying for it, then you are the product. You are the one being sold for profit. How is this possible? Well, let's put this into the right context. It is not your physical self that is being sold, but your data. Have you ever tried searching for something online only to begin seeing adverts of similar products or the exact product anywhere you go online? If your answer is yes, that is evidence of the fact that a third-party company has access to your online behavior. This behavior might include the kind of things you search for or the kind of things you stop to take a look at whilst browsing. A company, after purchasing your data from social media sites, will know what your needs are and serve you exactly the kind of adverts you are most likely to click. Therefore, no two-person social media pages are ever the same. Even the kind of adverts I might encounter on my screen whilst browsing will be different from what you see. The question now is, how do social media sites know what you want to see? To crack this code, we need to understand something called algorithms. Algorithms are complex mathematical codes that are configured to follow a specific pattern of generated codes to study and get better over time. This means the more you use a social media site, the more the site understands you better because of your accumulated behavior over time. This accumulated information gives the algorithm enough repetitive behavioral patterns to predict what you might be interested in. But how do we prevent our data from being sold to third parties? Unfortunately, as at the time of making this video in 2021, there is no way to stop any social media site from collecting your data once the accept button or agree button has been pressed. And I doubt if this might ever change soon. However, Here are some ways to minimize the amount of data your service provider can siphon from you. To begin with, do not log into an existing account when using a social media site. Once a user is logged into an account, his or her online behavior is automatically being tracked. Hence, using incognito mode might decrease or make it difficult for you to be tracked by any algorithm. However, this certainly will come at a cost. Most platforms like YouTube will limit your access to the platform if you are not logged into an account. You will not be able to subscribe or leave likes on people's videos if you are not logged into an existing account. This is certainly a limitation to take note of when thinking of using this method. Finally, constant clearing of your watch and search history on regular basis will help make it difficult for algorithms to track your behavior since it thrives on patterns. Algorithms study what you have been watching and searching for in your history, then predict what you might want to see based on your history. So, denying them such information will make it increasingly difficult for any algorithm to track you. This is the same reason why social media can give you skewed perspective on an issue. The fact is, you are simply being fed with what you want to see. However, what you want to see or hear might not always be the truth. Hence, it is important to always verify information at different sources before believing them. I term this as you see what you want to see. The bottom line here is that the longer you stay on the platform, the more money producers make. According to Investopedia, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg did not select an engineer nor a technologist to become the chief operations officer for the company. He rather employed a person with over 6 years of experience in advertising to lead the company. This, to some degree, speaks volumes of the primary focus of social media sites. But why has social media become addictive? It is simply because the sites or applications are purposefully designed to be addictive. Remember, the more time you spend online, the more money they make. Beyond this, the engineers have mastered the art of exploiting a loophole they identified in human societies, which have to do with the quest for social validation. One can therefore not talk about social media and social validation without the like button. According to Barrett, the like button exploits a psychological weak spot that compels us to addictively check our social media over and over by injecting the concept of intermittent reinforcement. Barrett's position is plausible because research has shown that the weak spot Barrett mentions in his article is the spot that releases a chemical known as dopamine in the brain. Dopamine is a hormone in the brain reward system that is released to award an individual instantly. It is this same hormone that is triggered when gambling or using drugs.
Dopamine is a neurotransmitter, a chemical messenger in the brain, a little bit like serotonin. I call dopamine the feel-good or reward-giving neurotransmitter, as it's thought to be released in response to a pleasurable situation and also stimulates us to seek out that pleasurable activity.
Since most people are on a quest for social validation, receiving likes on a post therefore becomes instant gratification for them. As already discussed earlier in this video, because we see what we want to see on the platforms, it keeps us glued, so the producers keep making money from advertisers. Technology can therefore be seen as a tool that is rewiring our nervous system, since the brain is acting in many unprecedented ways than it used to do in the past. A disorder like the phantom vibration syndrome has been birthed by our addiction to technological devices like the mobile phone. According to research published by Van Allen College of Liberal Arts, the phantom vibration syndrome occurs when a person thinks his or her phone is ringing or vibrating from a text message when it actually is not. Scientists have generally postulated that this above stated quote is a signification of the fact that technology is rewiring our nervous system. Robert Rosenberger thinks otherwise.
Some claim that technologies like the phone are somehow rewiring our brains, but I think that a better way to understand the phone and other technologies is in terms of learned bodily habits. Think about wearing a pair of glasses. If you're accustomed to your glasses and they almost become a part of you, you can forget that you're even wearing them sometimes. The phone in your pocket is like this. Through bodily habit, the phone actually becomes a part of you, and you become trained to perceive the phone's vibrations as an incoming call or text. So due to these kinds of habits, it becomes really easy to misperceive other similar sensations. Phone shifts around in your pocket, I'm getting a call. Your pant leg rustles, I'm getting a text. You have a muscle spasm in your leg, I'm getting another call again, but the whole time, just a phantom vibration.
Rosenberger's argument is hinged on the fact that instead of saying rewiring our brains, it has to rather be said that technology has taught our brains to learn and adapt to the new formats of sensations created by devices like the mobile phone. Hence, the brain sometimes misconstrued certain actions, like a phone moving in your pocket, to trigger your brain into believing there was a vibration whilst there was none. Personally, I agree with both sides of the argument. However, regardless of whether you believe in rewiring theory or the learning and adopting theory, the fact remains that these devices are certainly shaping our behaviors in many new ways. Have you ever walked into a room and seen everyone on their phones instead of interacting with the person next to them? If your answer is yes, this is therefore another way by which social media is cutting down real social interactions. Experts call this phenomena fabbing. Christian Funch poses a question that, how social is social media? Funch's position is based on the premise that social media is supposed to provide an avenue for social interactions among humans. However, the dwindle of real human interactions prove otherwise of social media. Hence, the question, how social is social media, is a very relevant question. Is this video implying you delete your social media account since the negatives are too many? Absolutely not. Its purpose is to draw your attention to how our behavior in the digital space could make us vulnerable. Hence, reducing our digital footprints is essential if privacy is still a thing to be advocated for. Before we end, here are some ways that can help you overcome your addiction to social media. First of all, it is always important to open a social media site or application with a goal in mind. Do not open the application or website just to scroll through the site without any aim. When you do that, seconds become minutes and minutes easily become hours. It is therefore essential to ask yourself what your goal is today or at this time for opening WhatsApp, Facebook, or Twitter. This will help you avoid wasting time on unnecessary things online. Finally, use time locks applications that will prevent you from accessing social media sites at certain times of the day. It will help prevent you from accessing unnecessary stuff online. The aforementioned steps can help to prevent you from spending productive hours on social media. Thank you so much for watching this video. I want to use this opportunity to thank my supervisor, Dr. Samuel Benagri, who helped me so much to make this awesome video to educate you guys out there. For those of you who don't know, this video was part of an educational project that I did as part of a project work at the University of Ghana, Legon, just to entertain and at the same time educate you, my audience, on the dangers of using social media and suggest ways by which you can be safe on these social media platforms. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see more more content like that, please kindly subscribe to my channel. On this channel, I talk about photography, cinematography, editing, and all its related branches. But once in a while, I throw in videos on technology and its uses and all that on this channel. So if that also sounds interesting to you, although that might not be the main focus of this channel, I would do much appreciate it if you do click on the subscribe button, because it goes a long way in helping other people discover this channel on YouTube. And as well as another important metric, please click on the like button if you did get a ton of information out of this video. I will catch you in the next one. Until next time, guys, keep practicing filmmaking. Peace out.